Welcome back to Unlocked Minds. I am A.Patrice, a guide for those who have woken up to this never-ending rabbit hole of a trip called life. So today's topic, the cycle of personal change and why it is easier said than done. So first of all, you start off at the beginning where you feel discontent, unhappy in a situation. You're stuck at a job that you don't like, in a relationship that just you're not see no growth in. You seem to have the same conflicts with a family member, stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, you hit a breaking point. I can't take this shit no more. Which leads to the third step. You make a decision. That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna quit. I'm going to tell him it's over. I'm never speaking to my aunt Liza again. And this decision factor usually comes up because you've already tried all the other ways you could possibly think of to resolve this unhappiness, this discontent that's been bubbling up inside. And then you get to step number 4. After you're all happy that you've made your decision and you've calculated everything you're going to do and how you're going to do it, fear factor kicks in. Well, what am I going to do after that? Maybe it's just better to stay where I am and pray that things will get better. Keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. The definition of insanity. Step number 5. All of a sudden, you're going to experience amnesia. You forget all the bad about the situation and you start to think about the good times, what it is providing you with. All of that unhappiness just kind of disappears, gets pushed to the wayside, which finally leads you to step number 6. You start to backtrack. You feel bad about all of the thoughts that you had. It's okay, I can get through this. You know what? It's not that bad. It's comfortable. What was I thinking? Change? What's that? And then after the backtracking, which is the 6th and final step of this loop, somewhere down the line, whether it's a week later, 3 days later, a month later, you're back to square one with your unhappiness. During this cycle, eventually something's gonna give, because we're meant to be progressing in life. We're meant to get on the right path. One of 2 of these scenarios are gonna happen. I ideally think that both of these things happen, depending on what end of the stick you are. One, something extremely painful breaks that cycle and makes the change for you. We'll just call this divine intervention. Your unseen team has had enough and made the decision for you, to the point where there is no way of going back, because now it's just smashed and gone and into oblivion. Another thing that happens as well here is a lot of people reach a point of just being honest with themselves. You know what? This situation really sucks, but it makes me comfortable. It's all I know. I've actually built an identity off of this cycle that sucks. Another realization is that you come to the conclusion that you are your own worst enemy. Yes, you've done all you can to keep this situation together, but because you come to the same conclusion over and over again, at this point, I am going to do something different. Rip the Band-Aid off. Take a leap of faith into the unknown. Now, this is the reason why I say both of these aspects can happen at the same time. The extreme level of pain and the self-honesty, because if you are the one that's just being self-honest, and let's say you decide, you know what, I'm making a different decision, whatever's on the receiving end of that decision will probably experience the extreme pain. But no matter what end of the spectrum you're on, just remember it's gonna be okay. You've experienced this before, and you've gotten through other cycles of change. And in the end, whatever happens, happens for good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, share. And if there's any other topics that you would like for me to talk about, just leave a comment in the section below. All right, see you next video.